All right, hello there, everybody. This is Cholera, and before we begin this commentary, once again we have important news. Now, the last time I casted a Reach game, Reach did destroy 4GG, and I did mention that Reach had won his 100th Pro League game. However, I was not aware at that time, and now I am aware that that was the very first time anybody's reached 100 games in Pro League. That is absolutely right. Hero Protoss Reach has become the first player to achieve a total of 100 wins in Pro League, writing a page in the history of esports. I cannot believe that. That is just absolutely manly. And first off, shout out to Conadora. This is from a thread from TeamLiquid.net, of course. And this is a translator interview that the press had with Reach. It was also in the New York Times, the Washington Post, the AP. I think they're making a documentary about this, actually, for the Discovery Channel. But yeah, Reach was actually the very first ever to get 100 Pro League wins. I had thought that had been achieved by somebody, I Love Uv or Boxer or somebody in the past had achieved it, but I guess not. It required a true man to do it, basically. And I think he was racing with Jadong and Nada, I think, about reaching 100 Pro League games, or at least that's what it seems like they were referring to. But he was on a three-game losing streak prior to that. And in fact, he talks about something very interesting. Reach was on a 13-game losing streak until that time on Sin Chipeng Ryung that he beat Stork. And actually, the reason why he started the 13-game losing streak in 1v1 games was because Stork beat him 2-1 in the 2007 Dom OSL. So basically, he said that that game against Stork was his 91st win, and basically, it was Stork who brought him down. It was right here, yeah. It was because of Stork that I started slumping, and it was also because of Stork that I managed to recover from this slump. Stork gave me both sadness and happiness. That is right, Stork. That is your purpose in life, to give Reach satisfaction after he destroys you, and to end his 13-game losing streak. Thank you, Stork. I appreciate it, Stork, for being bad at PvP in that game. Not that he's bad usually, but being able to beat him, let the Mantoss get his 91st win, and then he went on a ridiculous tear, not only saving the world, but also, of course, destroying many StarCraft players and getting 100 wins. And also in the Armed Services magazine, of course, that you can watch in a couple more commentaries back. And then finally, a huge shout out to this man, the anonymous OnGameNet's camera director. Let me read you the whole sentence in case you can't read it. I am also on close terms with OnGameNet's camera director. Sorry. And he gave me some mint candies and choco pie today, telling me to achieve my 100th victory. I think I managed to achieve my 100th win today because of his mint candy, and because of that, I am grateful. Not only is Reach grateful, Cholera is grateful. Cholera's fans are grateful. The people of South Korea are grateful. I think the UN Security Council just passed a resolution saying this was grateful, because now Reach, of course, is busy in the CDC in Georgia researching a vaccine for the swine flu. In fact, that's what he's been doing. I bet you guys didn't know that, but he's been underground working in a laboratory. So in case you guys don't die of swine flu, you have one person to thank. That's Reach. And the second person you have to thank is OnGameNet's camera director, because now Reach doesn't have to keep practicing. He's the first player who's reached 100 victories in the Pro League, and it's because of the choco pie and the mint candies. I have a feeling that there will be a new candy sweeping Korean candy stores next year called Mantoss Mentos. That is right. Copyright Cholera. I'll be selling that next year. All right, let's move on to Reach beating, hopefully, Bisu. Hello there, everybody. This is Cholera, and of course, you just watched that awesome introduction, and we're going to be watching Reach versus Bisu. That is absolutely right. Reach versus Bisu. Reach did lose to Bisu in one of the first games he played for Air Force Ace upon his ascendancy to the skies of Korea, and today he is going to be facing Bisu again. Bisu did beat him the last time. The Mantoss did, however, scare the hair gel out of Bisu by going for a 2-gate on Neo Requiem the last time. And just look at the Mantoss there on the left in the spiffy Star Trek-inspired uniform. And Bisu on the right, looking as girly as ever. But he is quite a good Protoss versus Protoss player, I will give him that. And Reach, though, has been a bit rusty because he is, like I said, busy in a laboratory trying to find a vaccine for the swine flu. That is right. I bet you guys didn't know that Reach also holds a MD PhD. That is absolutely right. You guys did not know that. He is also an MD PhD, and you know, he certainly is called upon by world governments to you know, to help out in times of need, including immunological outbreaks. All right. So anyway, we've got Reach here at the 12 o'clock location, and we've got Bisu in the red at the 5 o'clock location. This map is destination, of course. You know, I expect both players to be going for relatively safe openings here. You know, Reach, the last time I watched him play on this map, went for a fast expand against, I think it was Much, and it got rolled over pretty badly, to be absolutely honest. So, you know, I'm not sure if that's the best idea for him to take. By the way, I didn't cast Game 1, nor will I be, but it appears that the Air Force Ace player lost in Set 1. Understandable. I think it was Anytime who was playing, actually. If you guys want to check it out, you can on your own. Well, like I said in that interview, Reach really got his mojo back, basically, from beating Stork. I actually did not know that was the end of a 13-game losing streak in 1 versus 1s. Basically, he actually had some 1 versus 1 wins in between in some of the Star Leagues, but in the Pro League, it was really a 13-game losing streak, and that is pretty hard to get out of, to be honest. And you know, one reason I didn't mention for him sucking during those months is because he was shackled to Zergbong. That's right, Zergbong was his 2v2 player, let's not forget. He was on the 2v2 team in KTF, and he had to drag the dead corpse known as Zergbong throughout, you know, a dozen games, which would send most people into depression. I mean, people would have to take Zoloft because of how depressed they are from playing with such a horrible Zerg player. And Reach, of course, was dragged down only a little bit by Zergbong. But anyway, it looks like both players are going to go for identical openings here. Looks like we got both going Pylon Gateway, Pylon Assimilator, slightly slower than the Pylon Gateway Core Assimilator. And we're probably going to see a Zealot or two from both players also. That's what it means, basically. And it seems that Reach has an anti-Manor Pylon, and so does Bisu, let's mention. Bisu, of course, deathly afraid of the Man Pylon. And notice, the dudes in the crowd all have cute chicks, because if you watch Reach, you naturally gain game. I mean, you just become a better human being and a better male. More attractive male, basically, just by watching. So for all you guys out there, good work, you've chosen correctly. It looks like both players are now just chasing the probes around circles inside their base. And we'll see what tech Reach decides to go for next. You know, this map is pretty good for a relatively expansion-heavy build. Although I really hope Reach does not go straight for Nexus like last time. That just didn't work. But you know, there's those bridges across the leading into your natural expansion. If you put a couple Dragoons there, they can defend quite well. Of course, the counterpart to attacking that, or really the counter to that, is just going for drops, mainly Reaver drops. And we're going to see Reach here going for his range, and Bisu's got 2 Zealots, and he's also got his range upgrading. So pretty slow opening here. Neither player has drawn any blood yet, and we're going to see what happens. Looks like Reach has chased out the probe, and he's gotten a Dragoon out, and so does Bisu. Complete mirror match here so far. Bisu managing to keep up with Reach. Kind of impressive. Notice the Mantoss's probe has less damage. Yeah, that's right. That shows he's a better player, man. So, Dodo Mirror built here, and could we be seeing some kind of fast expand build from both players. That is a possibility, given that we don't see any other buildings going up. And we could be expecting a Nexus from both players. That would be pretty wild, but that would kind of follow what I was expecting. Because this is a decent map for doing that. And it seems that, yeah, there we go. There's the Mantoss putting down his Nexus, and there's the Womantoss putting down her Nexus also. Bisu, the Womantoss, of course. The best looking pro gamer next to Toss Girl, of course, female pro gamer. No. I kid. Bisu's a great player, and he's got great hair. An older fan of Reach's, possibly Bisu's mom. I have no idea, I just made that up. But really. Alright, so Reach, a pair of Goons and a pair of Zealots, and same with Bisu. Bisu's got an expansion going up, and I'll be expecting